Joey B, Mike McSee once again in the power chair, but it's losing power.
A little bit.
Not only are we down to one,
Down to
but
one.
it's a half a sheet,
Yeah.
which means we're getting to the nitty gritty.
Nitty gritty. Season's almost over.
It really
Moving right
is.
along.
And when at the end of the season, we bring in a new sponsor and
There we go.
take a look. All of a sudden, we're Golf Central here.
Yeah, we are.
You know, but right after this, we'll be right back and talk about what's happening. Joey B here at Golf Galaxy, and no, we are not standing on the 18th fairway at Augusta. We are standing in one of the 7 hitting booths you have.
That's correct. So we have that for spin rates, launch angles. We can tell you your swing speed. We also can tell you like how far you're hitting, carry distance, total distance, spin rates, back spins, total spins, everything.
Is there anything here that you don't have?
We have everything for the game.
Everything for the game. And also, do you guys cater as much to the beginning golfer, intermediate golfer, right up to the, what would you call it, top of the line golfers?
The experts, yeah.
The experts.
Professionals, yeah. Yeah, we cater to everybody. We've actually had beginners come in. We had amateurs. We even had J.J. Henry one time come in here and get fitted by one of our guys. We have everything, shafts. We can get you fitted for the right length, right lie, right loft, everything we can do for you.
Well, and what are your hours of operation?
9 a.m. to 9 p.m. from Monday through Saturday.
Monday through Saturday, 9 and 9.
Yes.
Guys, everything in equipment, golf balls, everything, great putting green. You also have PGA instruction down the other end of the store, right?
That's correct, yes, with our PGA Pro Casellia.
Wow. So PGA Pro to instruct, expert salespeople to fit and measure and make sure you got the right equipment. The service is great. They have everything I need, and if they have everything I need, they're going to have everything you need. Golf Galaxy, Route 17 in Paramus. Come and say hello to Tim when you get in here. Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome, Joe.
All right, we're back. So with last week's games, there were a couple of elimination games, and,
Yeah, a
and
few of
rather
them.
than rehash those, we have this week's games. Now, the 8-on-8 this week is entering their first week of the playoffs, but it's just a playing game.
Just a playing game, yep.
So they catch, the other
Got
teams
7
catch
through
a
10
week off, right?
Playing each other.
Just briefly on some of the games that we thought were points of interest. My upset special did hit as
Yes.
the Bulldogs defeated the Bankers.
Yeah.
Also, the Savages beating Deja Vu.
Yeah.
Now, I heard from Scuttlebutt at the field that Deja Vu, personnel-wise was.
Deja Pew.
Yeah, they really were missing a lot of guys, and again, it's a shame. But you know, Savages showed up. They played who was there and beat them.
They did what they had to do.
So they move on. The other exciting game, and I was looking at the film, the MPI team game.
What a great game. What a great game. I mean, this is kind of what we expected from this game. We talked about it. MPI's they're having a great season.
Yeah.
I mean, most improved season, of everybody. So they're having a great season. Team, we know how they go into the playoffs. Always hot. And this game was great. I mean, 1-point game towards the end of it. Everything except for 2 plays. 2 plays that would cost team. And just 2 bounce plays.
How often do you see a fumbled punt?
Yeah, it was.
That goes straight up in the air.
Unbelievable. And that's what set it up. And that's what set up the win for them. I mean, they had, team had MPI on the ropes. They had an intentional grounding down there by the end zone, forced them to punt. And then that punt, I mean, hits the guy and bounces into the MPI's hands and sets him up at like midfield.
Yeah.
And then a great scramble, great scramble by the quarterback.
Oh, this quarterback drives defense is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he runs all over the place.
You've said that throughout the season whenever you've done their games, that this guy runs like 15 miles.
He
during
really
the game.
does.
And
He
you know
really
what?
does.
Actually, after watching that game this week, I see what you're talking about. But hey, if that's the way that they're going to play, that's their weapon, that's great. But again, at the end of that game, Hail Mary bounces off. Bounces off.
I mean, it looked like both whole teams were in the end zone.
Yeah, they were all in there.
Yeah.
And just another great heads-up play. Hit the guy's chest, bounces off. MPI moves on. Congratulations, fellas.
And you know,
Quarterfinals.
and ironically too, if you remember, we mentioned the upset of Team over the Cobras.
Right.
How'd Team win the game?
Yeah.
Kind of the
It's
same
kinda-
way.
Yeah.
Last minute, last second, last play of the game.
But what a game!
Kind of
What a
thing.
game! Right down to the end.
And
mean,
I feel good for the MPI.
so do I.
You know, they're a
that's
nice
great.
bunch of guys. They go out there and play hard. They're very respectful of all
Yes.
the officials.
Yeah.
So congratulations,
And again,
guys.
they've gotten their share of, getting beat down.
Oh,
in this
they
league from
believe
here.
me.
But
Believe
like
me,
you
they-
said,
they've had
never,
dirt kicked in their face,
They've
yep.
never come on and
Whined about
whined
it or-
about anything, talked to the other team, and always at the end, yeah, we know. So good for them, It's great to see that they stuck in there. They fixed the pieces they needed to fix, and here they are. Like I said, quarterfinals.
And don't forget, they're missing Garrity,
Yeah.
who lives a block from
Maybe.
Hackensack and wouldn't come down to watch the game.
Boo.
Boo to Garrity. Garrity, you
That's
get
a
the
big boo.
You get the award on that. So, I mean, those were the more notable games. The Rock against the Blazers, that went pretty much the way
Yep,
everybody
pretty much,
thought
yep.
it would go.
Yes.
No other real surprises here. Well, the Express All-Star game.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, it's the result, the winner is not surprising. The result and how the game was played was a little surprising.
was very surprising. I mean, a goose egg by the Express, and this is what the number 2 seed.
And they
Yeah,
went
I mean-
down the field in the opening possession. It was a turnover that occurred. I don't know if it was in the end zone or not. You've got the
Right.
game film. Take a look
Right.
at it. But it seemed like that shut the Express off.
Yeah,
And, I mean, defensively,
crazy,
the
man.
All-Stars were all over the place again.
it is. I've said this week after week. It's looking easy to them. Like they are seriously in cruise control. They drank the magic potion, and here they are, and it is just easy. They are, even if you look back and watch that last week's game or with the All-Stars, especially just on 6-on-6 side, when they played the Bears, and we were all hyped up, but Titano's not going to be there, and O'Connell steps in. The throws, because, O'Connell wasn't their quarterback, but everybody was where they had to be. The plays were run. It doesn't matter who's quarterback. They lost that game, but this team, it's looking easy. They know what to do. They know where to be.
And I was talking
may
to
be a fait
O'Connell. I was
accompli
talking
right
to
now.
O'Connell before this game.
Right.
And I mean, the guy is so modest. He was all broken up. He was telling me that he had some issues and his pooch had passed.
Oh.
So he was really upset about that. And but when I ask him about these things, he just shrugs. He goes, I'm out there playing, and I think there would be serious consideration for him as the MVP. And if we had an 8-8 MVP, I think I'd be moved to vote
just-
for
you know
O'Connell
what,
because
that-
he does so many damn things on
That
the
whole
field.
team, everybody has stepped it up. It hasn't been like.
Punts, field goals, plays
Oh,
defense.
I understand that.
Incredible receiver.
But I understand that. But everybody else on that team is also.
No, they
doing
all do their job.
they do
Moyano
their
does
job.
what he has to do. Everybody
their
does
job.
it.
This team is on a different level right now. Both in 8-on-8 and 6-on-6. They are.
And I
cruising.
heard one comment, again, I'm standing on the sidelines watching, and one person that was there watching the game says, Titano looks too comfortable.
Yeah.
It's like there's nobody.
It's too easy right now. There's too many weapons that you don't think about. It's not the big names that you're thinking about. It's just, I'm in trouble. Oh, there's somebody just sneaking across the middle.
Yeah.
Boom, I'll drop it here. I'll drop it there. He has like 5 different receivers that can go out, and they're all, someone's always open.
Yeah,
Someone
always.
is always open, and he finds that person that's always open.
Okay, so
They're on a different level,
when we
man.
come back now, we're going to do this week's games and
Yeah.
see if there's any potential upsets. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's a couple potential upsets there. Right back.
Get closer to the ball.
Good point.
And as usual, we will start at the Hackensack Turf Field.
Good old Hackensack turf field.
Where
Only
we-
2 fields this week.
2 fields this week because the 8-on-8's basically
Right.
got the week off except for the playing games.
Right.
So let's start 8:30 a.m. What a way to start the day. All Stars
All
Cobras.
Stars Cobras.
And
I remember, like in the third game of the season, when the Cobras had lost a couple of games in a row. They were 2-2 or something, and they were playing the MPI. And I said, "So Adam, what's going on?" He says, "Not worried. We'll be there." And the Cobras the All-Stars know that we beat the All-Stars in a playoff game.
Right.
Which, you
Okay.
did.
They
You
did.
But they got it together. They won their last 4 in a row.
They did.
Went 6-2.
They sure did.
So, hey, what a way to start. You know?
What a way to start, but I mean, I can't pick. After everything I just said in the last segment, how can I go against the All-Stars right now?
Again.
And I like the Cobras. I think they're a fantastic team.
Yeah, you've
I
been
love
a
watching
Cobra
them
guy.
play. I love watching them play. I think they are one of the top teams, but right now, All-Stars are on
All cylinders,
Not
yep.
even all cylinders. They're borrowing some cylinders from other teams, and those are firing too. Because this team is ridiculous. They're good. They're really good right now.
Well, I tell you, I think both defenses, the deep defense for the All-Stars is going to be tested this week because Adam likes to throw the ball deep.
Yes, he does.
And he's got horses to go and get it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he does.
Titano, a more the surgical type of quarterback, and sometimes his little dumps turn into huge plays.
Yep.
So it's going to be an interesting contrast in offenses. Defenses, Cobras have still given up some points.
have.
I think the All-Star defense is a little bit better. And I think in a game like this with two good offenses, a big defensive play usually wins the game. And I think the All-Stars will make that defensive play.
Also, and to me, it's really coming down to both lines. All-Stars, we've talked about it. All-Stars have Moyano and Luigi as their offensive and defensive lines. I mean, those are two big athletic guys that know what to do, can block all day, give Titano the time he needs, and can also rush the quarterback and can also get in there. And these guys they also love to leak out. And those are two guys that can catch the ball, like you said, that quick little 3-yard dump
That
turns into a 15, 20-yard play.
Yeah.
And both of them can do that.
And and Adam is not wild about running the ball.
No.
He doesn't like to run the ball, and
He
there
can
may
move,
be.
though. He has
can move.
escapability.
He has, but it's not his favorite thing to do. He'd much rather launch the ball
I don't think I've
downfield.
ever seen him run a ball.
I have to go back into the tapes to try and find it. Okay, so what are we doing?
Yeah, I'm going All-Stars. Just really because of that line, and like you said, you still have O'Connell back there as your center fielder
Oh yeah.
to get those horses, like you called them, running down the field. But if the Cobras can get a mid-game going, a nice 10, here's a 10-yarder, here's a 15, here's a 12, and march down the field a little more and not rush it, that's the only way I see that they'll be able to stay with this because they need to use the clock.
You want the Cobras to play like the All-Stars because that's what the All-Stars are going to do.
Pretty much.
I mean, they'll take their shot.
Right.
But Titano is a surgeon. He will just take what's given to him.
You know, it's not a bad model to follow.
No, it's not.
But yeah,
But you're going against the architect here.
You know, the Cobras can't be so quick strike because Titano the All-Stars will eat up the clock and march it down and jam it down your throat. So you need to kind of match it. You have to play like them.
You might, but you know what?
Lights out.
If the All-Stars do that, the Cobras might be forced into quick strike offense.
Yeah, well.
You know? So
Well, we'll
find out.
We'll find out. Yes, we will.
We'll find out. All right, second game. Doesn't really lessen very much.
No, it does
Suddenly
not.
the Savages are a team that's coming on late.
Yes, they are.
And they take on the Blazers. Now, I don't know if it's true or not. I heard a rumor mill. The rumor mill is that Robbie Lane may not be there for this game. Now, look, you're going to hear that rhetoric. Oh, well, we want to beat them with their best team. You want to win the game.
Yeah,
you don't care who's there.
Yeah.
You know, if your guys are there, you worry about your guys being there, not who's not there for the other team.
Right. Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, if Robbie Lane is not there, I don't know who the Blazer quarterback would be, but I'd have to say that he wouldn't be as good as Robbie Lane.
No, he's not going to be as good. But again, this team, play together a long time, know their plays. But what's really going to come down to is the Blazers' defense.
Well,
but
Robbie plays defense too now.
I understand that, but that's a whole defense. That is a defensive team. You know, you got two great rushers that seem to always be in the backfield, that help cause plays downfield for their defense. I think the Blazers' defense is going to be better than the Savages'
I
offense.
don't doubt that. I agree with that.
Even without Robbie Lane, without it. So this may be a lower scoring game than what it would have been, but I still think the Blazers are going to take it just because of that offensive line.
I tell you what, I'm
defensive
going
line.
to do a hedge pick here. You ready for my hedge pick? You know,
right.
I like to hedge every once in a while.
Yeah.
No Robbie Lane. This game's a pick 'em. Robbie Lane, Blazers take
All right,
it.
okay.
In a walk.
All right.
In a walk.
In a walk. This is gonna be a battle.
So-
I don't know if this is gonna be a walk. This is gonna be like we were saying
Oh,
before.
I know the
this is gonna
Savage.
be
Look,
chippy game.
I've seen the Savages I've seen the Blazers just take teams apart.
Yes.
I mean, we keep talking about the All-Stars. Blazers were unbeaten.
I understand. Oh yeah,
We're
I'm
unbeaten. So I mean, it's
I'm not
like
taking a
I don't
single
think
thing.
the All-Stars are here and the Blazers are here.
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
think.
no.
So I mean, if we're saying that the All-Stars are going to beat teams, the Blazers to me are on the same level.
I believe
with
you're
Robbie Lane. With Robbie Lane.
Right.
So that's how I'm going. I'm going with Robbie Lane. I favor the Blazers. Without Robbie, I'm going to call it a pick'em game. With some respect for the Savages.
You're a brave guy.
I took a lot of guts, didn't it?
I mean, my goodness. All right.
Well, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I'm taking the Blazers. Yeah, I'm going Blazers.
Period.
Just like I said, solely on their defense, whether Robbie's there or not.
So their defense can make the difference regardless.
Yeah, their defense is going to hold down the Savages because that is a good defense. On the line, you don't even have to worry about. I mean, great defensive backs they have, but that defensive line, led by Fat White, always getting in. He seems to always be in the backfield.
Yeah, the fat man. Fat man is. I don't know why I call him Fat White. The
I
guy
don't
weighs
know.
150 pounds soaking
Yeah.
wet. But okay, so there's our Warriors and Bulldogs. There's my upset team.
Yes.
Going against the Warrior team that got beat by 1 point by the Uso,
Rough
who
season
trailed
for the
most of the
Warriors.
game.
My goodness. Serious rough season for the Warriors. This is not the Warriors we know. And you know what? Both these teams, are veteran teams in this league, been around for a while, and both had a very, and I'm sure they'll admit it too, very mediocre would be saying it nice for them for a season.
Well,
they both had bad seasons. I'm sorry to say it. I mean, I think these are two good teams. I think the Warriors are a great team. Bulldogs are always in it. Right there in the middle of the pack, fighting it out for stuff. So both these teams are nits.
Last week, the Warriors arguably had their best wide receiver playing quarterback.
Oh, yeah?
So, it was, again, I think the Warriors have had quarterback situations the entire season.
Yeah, they have. They've had quarterback situation for a few seasons now. It was Matty Ice, and then it was Jules, and then it was who's the other guy that they had in there? Slug, Vern, whatever.
Well, I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about. But yeah, and they were bouncing around. If this team if they want to get back into what they used to be, they need a quarterback.
They need a quarterback.
They need a steady quarterback is what they need. I still think they should be 6-on-6, but hey.
Okay, so this is an elimination game, Warriors Bulldogs.
Yep.
Because of the uncertainty of the Warriors quarterback situation, I'm going to stay with my upset, boys. I think the Bulldogs upset another team this week.
All right.
I don't know what Alfredo did last week, but I'm sure he did something if he was there.
If he was there.
So I'm going to go Bulldogs upset number 2 in a row.
Okay. This is a pick'em game for me.
You're a Warrior guy.
I am a Warrior guy. I'll stick with the Warriors just so we all have a split on that. Hopefully they'll get that one last, push there.
I'm going to move for a Blimpie sandwich. What do you think?
Ooh, I like that.
Let's go to Blimpies right now. Be right back.
This Blimpie and Surf City Squeeze is located in Secaucus, New Jersey. Family owned by a Marine veteran and his wife. We offer sandwiches on our freshly baked bread, salads, wraps, and paninis. We also offer fresh fruit smoothies and sweet smoothies. Check out our catering menu at www.blimpie.com. We offer 3-foot subs, 6-foot subs, and trays of sandwiches. So keep us in mind for your next event. We are located at 1277 Patterson Plank Road, Secaucus, New Jersey, 07094.
All right, and the second field, the only other field
The
going.
only other field.
And Gothelbrook Park, which I love that place, man. I love that place. So here we go. The Goonies who knocked out the Deadly Assassins, and I wanted to say something about the Deadly Assassins team. They have a lot of talent on that team.
They do.
You know what else they have?
A lot of mouth.
A lot of mouth. And you know what?
They are crazy athletic. The more I watch them, they are
It's
crazy
unbelievable,
athletic.
the athleticism this team has. And then you see the two Bennett brothers who, I don't know how they don't fight every week on the field.
They do fight every
But I mean fight.
Yeah.
And because it's a shame to see a team that has that many athletes on it, just can't get their heads straight
Yeah.
and get in there. They use different quarterbacks.
Yeah,
they just need, they need an offensive guy to come in there and just say, I'm in charge of the offense.
You got to stick with it.
I'm in charge of the offense.
Right.
The Bennett brothers, believe me, defensively, they're tough.
They're great. Again, this is a fast, athletic team. They're missing that one piece. They're missing that quarterback.
Missing the
Like you said,
quarterback, and they need a little bit more discipline on defense, because what happens is you have two guys running towards one open receiver, which means that on the other side of the field, someone's standing there going like this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So just a little organization. They are very close.
They are very close.
They are
You said that, yes.
they are the deja vu coming.
Yep.
Kinda.
Yeah. You said that in the beginning of the year. You were talking about them. That you think they are on the rise.
I thought
you were
they
ready
were.
for them
They
to take
lost
that
a
step.
lot of close games.
But
too.
yeah, this year, watching their games a lot this year, they do. They look good, but they're in a lot of games where you don't even realize it. You look up and you see the score and you're like, oh, damn, okay, this is a tight game. But yeah, but we've said that about every team.
Yeah.
You argue with each other and you start yelling at each other, you're not going to win. We used to say that about the Blazers. How many times did we say, shut up, you guys, just stop yelling at each other
play.
and you'll win.
And
And
they
guess
did.
what? They stopped yelling at each other, and now they're on the verge of winning another a chip, which they're an odds-on favorite. I'll say it right now. I think they're one of the
they're
favorites.
favorite over the All-Stars?
One of the favorites, I said.
Okay, well, we only left with four on each side.
But, I mean, coming down to it, like you said, they're undefeated this year. They already beat the Bruins in it. They're going to probably be facing the Bruins again in a week's time for the semifinals, going into the finals for the 6-on-6.
I'm sure the Goonies like hearing that.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. But
Anyway, Bruins and Goonies. Now, Mike V, so he doesn't have the strongest arm. He doesn't move very quick, very fast, but he's heady and he keeps the team in the game.
Yeah, he's not the fastest guy out there, but again, he's one of those. He can run the option. I've seen him run the option.
Oh no, he still moves. He doesn't move like a cripple. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right.
Mike V,
but he's one that will pick up that in slow motion running another 15 yards for you. Another 20 yards.
That's what a heady quarterback does.
I understand that.
So they have enough talent on offense.
They do. They
to
got Red out
possibly.
there. They got some veterans
Red's a
out
good
there.
player.
Red's a very good player.
I think they keep this interesting for a while. I think the Goonies will keep this interesting for a while, but the Bruins' depth is just. I mean, they have 15 guys on the side.
Again, this is good for me.
And they all can play. You got Kornacki, you got Ryan, you got Chris. You got AJ. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on and on. And I think what happens is that the Bruins will just wear them down.
Yeah, I think this is going to be another game that the defense is going to be too much for the other team.
Goonies show up with 7 guys.
The Goonies, good offense. That's their strong point, though. I mean, they're decent defense, but the Bruins have a much better defense. The difference in this.
Boy, they throw it at you too.
I mean, they also have a better offense, sorry, but you know what I mean. Bruins, their defense can shut you down.
Still, I still believe this could be a 10-point game. 9 to 10. You think it's going to be bigger than that?
I think it's not going to be a crushing, but I could see a 18-pointer.
So we're both taking the Bruins, obviously,
Yes.
in this game. But I'm taking the Bruins, Mikey V with an asterisk. Okay, so it's Bears and your new darlings, the MPI.
this.
And the Bears are undefeated. Did we mention that?
The Bears are undefeated. They had a pretty good season too. You know, sitting out there at Goffelbrook all season, which is nice, almost. I think they had 1 or 2 games away from them.
Well, listen.
But Bears, hey, you can't take nothing away from them. They've righted that ship from a couple seasons ago where we were scratching our heads saying, what is wrong with the Bears? What is wrong with the Bears? And here they are. They're back. They're back with a vengeance. They're looking really good. Yeah, the 4 teams, the 4 top teams right now, any one of them can win this chip. Really. Where I would not be like, wow.
Who gets the breaks?
Bears won? Man.
Who gets the breaks? Whoever
Yeah.
gets the. Yeah, this,
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be a couple of games here decided by a bounce or some incomplete pass or,
MPI.
unfortunately, sometimes the yellow flag.
Yeah.
That could happen. I got to go Bears here. They're undefeated.
Yeah, I got to go
How do you
Bears
pick
too.
against an undefeated team?
Yeah, exactly. But MPI,
MPI will play hard.
they will, and they've taken a huge step this year. I'm excited. There's another. We always talk about it. Oh, there's another competitive team in 6-on-6.
Yeah, I
yes.
said that enough
There's
times,
another
yeah.
one. But this is great. That's what's great is that it's growing and growing. The 6-on-6 division is growing so quickly with talent. It's great.
How many more teams? I mean, it was 9 teams in each conference this season. Can you imagine in the fall what it might be?
Yeah.
And Garrity, get your butt out of bed and go root for your
Yeah.
teammates, will you please?
I don't know. He may be the bad luck charm. Though. Maybe
no, he's
actually
gotta
stay
be
home,
there.
buddy. You know.
They might
But-
be telling him that actually.
Yeah, but I think the Bears are going to be too much for MPI this week.
And here, the last game, Bankers in the Bullet Club, and the Bullet Club going to set an ACFL record this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a nice record,
It's not a nice record at all.
but
I
it will
mean,
belong to them.
Yeah, regular season. They already hold the regular season no point record.
Well, this would be no points for a total season.
Yeah, this will be a 9 straight no point game. Back when they played, I said the Bankers were going to give up that point to them. I was wrong. So.
Well, they're playing him again.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I think
Bankers are playing him again.
Bankers got to hold on. But they've been playing well. Yeah, they up until that game last week, they've been playing very well. We had a nice little talk about them last week. How it was like you keep thinking, when are they going to stump? Oh wait, are they coming back down to earth? Oh no, Bankers won again. Bankers won again. I think they win this game. I mean,
But
not really
just,
going out.
listen, just when you start to believe in them,
That is true.
just when you start, they'll have 5 wins if they win. Last week they'd be
Yeah.
5-3, and yada yada yada, and they score only 7 points against the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
So, I
So,
don't know.
but God, I hope that would be not good if they lose. If this is, that will be the upset of the season.
All right, so let's do our upsets now before we
Upset.
say
I don't
adieu.
know if I
Who's
had
your
it.
best bet? Who's your best bet this week? Did our best bets win last week? I think they both did.
I think so.
Yeah, because I took the Canes and the Seminoles forfeited,
There you go.
and my upset won because I took the Bulldogs over the Bankers.
Let's see. Best bet.
Best bet.
There is, I think Bruins over Goonies.
That's your best bet?
No, Bears over MPI. I changed my mind.
All right. You were going to say Goonies over the Bruins, huh?
No.
So that's your best bet. Who's your upset?
My upset would be MPI over the Bears.
Same game.
Yeah, I know.
That's pretty good. That's economical, Mike. I like that. We're saving
Hey.
film.
Yeah.
Okay, my best bet.
Take the banker game out.
You
You can't pick the banker game.
Okay.
Yeah, not so easy, right?
No, it's not. I'll tell you what. My best bet is going to be the Bulldogs over the Warriors.
Ooh.
I think their quarterback is really screwed up.
All right.
And if I'm going to pick an upset, I'm going to pick a big one. My upset special would be the Savages over the Blazers. To me, that would be an upset.
That would. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. it would be.
That would be an upset. I'm laying away from the All-Stars and the Cobras. I don't know, man. I have a strange feeling about that game.
Yeah.
You know, I think about it, and I'm looking at the All-Stars, and then I'll tell you one thing the Cobras have not gotten since they joined the 6-on-6. You want me to tell you what they've not gotten? They have not gotten a break in the playoffs.
No.
They have not gotten, and a team that's this good eventually is going to get a break.
That's why, I look at
You know,
that.
and that's why I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm all-stars. I'm 8-0. They got all these weapons.
Yeah.
All this stuff. But I just,
Yeah.
a deflected pass, something. I don't know, but
I agree. When you look at that, it's like the Cobras are too good. How am I so heavy on the All-Stars for them? They're behind, which I feel All-Stars Blazers right now are top. Behind them, Cobras are right there with the Bruins and the Bears.
I think so too.
In my opinion. You know what I mean? And that's why it's hard to look at them like, man, they lost a few games this season, They didn't look right, but it's like, yeah, but
you see now. But here's the other
I've seen them.
The but is this. Okay, we got a bad break. We lost this week. We'll bounce back next week. Can't say that this week.
Nope.
You get a bad break this week. It's your last bad break of the season.
In September.
Oh, August if they play in the thing. So that's it. I guess we'll wait and see, and then we'll have the lineups for the 8-on-8.
Yeah, we'll have our
week.
semifinals for each division next week set for 6-on-6, and then we'll really get into that the meat of the 8-on-8.
And Bub, again, some good posts this week again, Bub.
Yes.
You know that the over-under on your team is going to be 12, Bub. That's 12 points scored or 12 points allowed. It's going to be 12.
It's crazy.
All right, guys, enjoy the games this Sunday. Weather's supposed to be decent.
Is it? I don't know.
And we'll see you next week. We'll talk about what happens. Enjoy.
You know what's really cool about Connecticut School of Broadcasting?
It's all hands-on.
Learn by doing training.
With people like this.
Pros working in the industry.
If you want to get on this side of the screen, call Connecticut School of Broadcasting, 1-800-TV-RADIO, or GoCSB.com.